WWE Raw opens with a big WWE title match. Big E defends against Bobby Lashley, the rematch of sorts from when he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Doesn't last very long. Here comes the Hurt Business, re-debuting, realigning with Bobby Lashley. Then comes down the New Day, big schmoz. Then Adam Pearce comes down and his biggest big boy pants voice goes, "There's gotta be a main event, and it's gotta be inside a steel cage." You could just hear Vince McMahon in his ear screaming at him, "I'm your genetic jackhammer." In the meantime, one half of the sexiest tag team of all time, Angel Garza defeats one of the Viking Raiders. Can't remember which one, because frankly, wasn't paying that much attention.
Where the bloody hell have you been? Toilet.
1.5 years ago, Ricochet was facing Brock Lesnar for the WWE title in Saudi Arabia. Fast forward 18 months and he's facing Reggie for the 24/7 title on Raw.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Match doesn't last very long. All the 24/7 lot are at ringside. Akira Tozawa finds himself in the middle of the ring. He says, "I want a match against anyone on the roster." And here comes the repackaged Keith Bearcat Lee. All jokes aside, it's just a fucking name, and the fact that people are getting so emotional over it doesn't make any sense. He still looks incredible, he's still coming out and destroying people, and frankly, I don't really give a toss about the name change as long as he's going to come out here and wreck shop. For the culture. Damien Priest versus Sheamus, thank God, because we haven't seen that 20 million times already.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
To be fair, this was for the United States Championship. It was no disqualification, and it actually lived up to the hype somewhat, despite the fact we've seen it so many times. Great match, physical, violent, incredible aggression and speed. Sheamus once again putting on a fantastic contest. Damien Priest picks up the win. Hopefully he's going to move on to bigger and better things as far as the United States title is concerned, because the mid-card needs a severe reshuffle. Sexy bondage time. Karrion Kross defeats Jackson Riker in about a minute and a half.
Boring!
Speaking of things we've seen before or don't want to see again, Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles. It's not that the matches aren't great, because they obviously are. It's just that once you've seen them 5 or 6 times in the space of about 3 or 4 months, you start to get worn down by the process. Great match. AJ Styles picks up the win, which was somewhat of a surprise.
Is that cute to you? What did I do, bro?
Charlotte Flair's open challenge is answered by Piper Niven, not Doudrop, because that name fucking sucks. Match doesn't last very long because Ava Marie comes down, because we're going to continue this rivalry. Hooray. Luckily for us, Charlotte Flair, the big face that she is, beats up both of them and leaves, and then down comes Shayna Baszler, and even though she's supposed to be a heel as well, she beats the shit out of Ava Marie too, and nobody feels sorry for her whatsoever, and everyone's chanting one more time as she breaks her arm. And in your main event inside a steel cage, Big E successfully retains the WWE title against Bobby Lashley. Match wasn't that great, if I'm being honest. It was fine, it was just very botchy, a lot of mistakes, and just very sloppy, and not that fun actually, if I'm being honest, which breaks my heart because I love both guys so much. New Day come down, cause some shenanigans. Arguably the highlight of the match actually wasn't even Bobby Lashley or Big E, it was Kofi Kingston doing his trust fall off of the steel cage into the Hurt Business, but Big E retaining is cool. Who's next for Big E? Somebody you might remember, because now that Bobby Lashley doesn't have the WWE title, Drew McIntyre comes down with his big sword and points it at Big E and says, "There's no you brew, you bastard!" And that brings to an end our brief flirtation with WWE Raw. Good Raw, not as good as last week, slightly better than the week before that, but that's 3 weeks where Raw has been more than tolerable, and that is trending in the upwards direction. Let's just hope that they continue this momentum, and that the draft will help them out no end as well. I've been Aaron Nix, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Plug.